Guys, this is my cheesy, delicious, creamy lobster mac and cheese. Hey everyone, welcome back to my kitchen, where my food is cooked with passion and served with love. Today I'm going to share with you my lobster mac and cheese recipe. So stay tuned and see how I make my lobster mac and cheese. And also don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video, and click on the bell so that you can see future videos from me. So right now I have 2 fresh lobster tails, and I have them sitting on some ice just to keep them fresh while I have them out of the refrigerator. So now I'm going to cut this back part off, and what I'm doing now is just removing the meat from the shell. So I'm going to just cut those off, and then I am going to cut a slit down the middle, top part there. So I'm using my kitchen shears and I'm just cutting. This is really hard, so you have to put a little strength in it. So once you cut that open, you'll be able to release the meat from the shell. So you just carefully just release it. It comes off really easy actually. I'm going to be cutting this up so you don't have to worry about damaging the meat. You know, like if you're going to keep these whole, you have to be careful, but I don't really have to do that, but I am. So you see how easy it got released. So I'm going to do the same for the next one. Just clean it up real nice. Now I'm going to just wash these with some lemon juice. And now it's time to just cut them in little chunks, because these are going into mac and cheese. You don't want to leave them too big. The size depends on what you desire. I like mine this size. So once it's done cut up, I'm going to season these up. So I'm going to add some Cajun seasoning, some black pepper, onion powder, garlic powder, Old Bay seasoning, some all-purpose seasoning, or you can use seasoned salt, some paprika, and just mix it all together. And this is optional. I'm adding some pepper flakes, red pepper flakes. And we're going to boil the pasta. I have some Himalayan pink salt that I'm adding to the water, and then I'm going to add in some oil. The oil actually prevents the pasta from sticking. Once I add in the oil, I'm going to stir a little and cover the pot so that this will come up to a boil. Covering the pot makes the water boil faster. Once it comes up to a boil, I'm going to put in my pasta. Now I am using an elbow pasta here, the Barilla brand. And once you put that in, you're going to boil it for about 7 to 8 minutes or until al dente. You could even follow the instructions on your on the box. So now I'm going to be using 3 cheeses. I found this Gouda at Aldi. It's a scorpion pepper Gouda, which is spicy. I usually use smoked Gouda, but you can use whatever cheese you want. I use mozzarella and also white sharp cheddar. You can actually use yellow cheddar if you want, and you can use whatever cheese works for you. Whatever cheese you like. Some people like Gruyere, some people like the Gouda. I mean, it's up to you. These are the 3 cheeses that I chose to use. So I'm just going to grate this, and once it's all grated, I'm going to start working on the sauce. So I'm going to heat my pot, and then I'm going to add in some butter. With the butter, I'm going to add a little olive oil just to prevent the butter from burning. Once that butter is melted, I'm going to add in my garlic and onions. Well, I'm going to add the onions first because the garlic burn faster. So I'm going to cook this for about 2 minutes, and then I'm going to add in the garlic. Let that cook for another 2 minutes. And then I'm going to add in my peppers. Now I have here some pimento peppers and I have some habanero peppers. This is optional. I just chose to put peppers because I like spicy. So now I'm going to add in my lobster, and I'm just going to saute that until it starts changing in color. You will see that the color that it changes into. This cooked probably in 3 minutes, I would say. But you will see when it changes color. Now I'm going to remove that from the pan, and now I'm going to work on our roux. So I'm going to add some flour to the pan now, because right now we have that garlic and that onion and the butter. So now you're going to just add in some flour and just stir it up. Just keep stirring, so you're actually cooking the flour. We're going to cook this for about 2 minutes, and then we're going to add in the cream. So just keep stirring it and it will be nice and cooked. And then we're going to add in the heavy cream. So I'm going to be using heavy cream, whole milk, and evaporated milk. You can use heavy cream and evaporated milk only. So I'm adding in the cream. And you want to keep stirring this as you add the cream. Then I'm going to add in the evaporated milk. Like the whole milk, I'm using that because I had it and I just want to use that whole milk up. But you can just use evaporated milk and the heavy cream. So you want to just keep whisking that because you want to break up the flour in there. So because you want your sauce to be really nice and smooth. So this one I'm adding right now is the whole milk. Sometimes you might have to add some whole milk because it gets kind of thick. So you will see, you'll be able to eyeball it. So now I'm adding in the cheese because now everything is broken up. It's nice and smooth. So I'm going to add in the cheese and keep stirring in between. I add my cheese in parts. You can add all if you want and just keep stirring it, but definitely keep stirring it because you want a nice smooth sauce. Put all the cheese in there and just keep stirring until it gets nice and smooth, and then we're going to season this up really nice. So I'm adding in some garlic powder, some black pepper, paprika, old bay, sloppy mama Cajun seasoning, my favorite, and some seasoning salt. Now you're going to taste this and adjust the salt to your desire. I like Old Bay, so sometimes I add more Old Bay or more Cajun seasoning. It's up to you. So once it's nice and smooth, you will know the sauce is ready because it's not running off that spoon. If it was running off that spoon, I didn't coat it like that, it's not ready. So now I'm going to add my sauce, my cheese sauce, to the pasta. And I'm going to just mix everything in. Now that pasta is going to suck up all of that cheese sauce. Now this pasta yield up to a lot. If you don't want to make I'm going to actually have to make a big dish and also my little cute little ramekins here because that's what I intended to use. So you can put this in a big dish. I just chose to use these little ones because I was trying to mimic a restaurant that I went to. They did their lobster mac and cheese like this. They put in those nice little ramekins, individual ramekins. So I just wanted to try that. But you can put it in a big dish. I will have to put some in a big dish because this is a lot of pasta. And also, you might have to add another lobster tail if you're going to use a whole box of pasta like I did. Use 3 lobster tails because you'll want to have enough lobster in there. Now, this is fine for me, but you know, if you feel like you want to have like more lobster in there, you should do that. So now I'm going to do my final touch of seasoning, and then we're going to fill our ramekins. So I'm adding in some Cajun seasoning, my favorite. Slap your mama. I just love this seasoning. And then I'm going to add in some paprika. The paprika gives it a little color. Since I use the white cheddar, I wanted it to have a little color, so I put in the paprika. So now I have my ramekins. I'm just going to fill them up halfway and then add a topping of cheese because I'm kind of layering it. So I'm going to put some cheese and then I'm going to add some more of the pasta on top of that. If you don't want it to be too cheesy, you don't have to do, you can skip this step. But I love my mac and cheese to be super cheesy, so that's why I did that step. And now you're going to top it with the cheese. Again, I reserved some of my cheese for the top, so I reserved some of the white cheddar and the scorpion pepper Gouda. So you know this mac and cheese is really spicy. So I'm just going to continue on for all of my little ramekins. They're so cute. And then the rest of this we're going to have to go into a bigger dish because I made a lot. I think I made too much. But I can share, so that's good. So now for a nice presentation, I'm going to just take 3 pieces of the lobsters that I left back, 3 pieces, and I'm going to just put it at the top of each dish. That's optional. I just did it just to, you know, for it to look nice. Once I do that, I'm going to sprinkle some parsley, and then I'm going to sprinkle some Old Bay. So I bake this at 350 for 25 minutes depending on your oven until the cheese is nice and melted. So here's my finished mac and cheese. It smells so good and it tasted even better. And look how cute they look in my little ramekins. So guys, this is my lobster mac and cheese. You can see the lobster that I put at the top. And these are in individual serving dishes because this is how they do it in the restaurant, and I wanted to like really mimic that. So that's why I did it like this, and I have like nice chunks of lobster in there. So it's still very hot, but I wanted to taste it for you guys to see how good it is. Like, look how creamy it still is inside. And you know, it baked for about 25 minutes. So it's nice, and you know, it depends on your oven too. So you can actually bake this for less time, but you have to make sure it's nice and bubbly and the cheese is melted. So I'm gonna taste it and let you guys know how this came out. This is really, it's usually really good. This is a must try. Like, I mean, I know I say that for all my food that I cook, which everyone does, but this is pretty good. This is amazing, and I'm going to let somebody else taste it so they can like vouch for that. This is so good, and this could be eaten by itself. I'm making a mess. I made some callaloo also, so I'm gonna eat some callaloo with it. But this is a meal all by itself. It's just so good. Like when I go to restaurants and I ask for this, it's like just this, or maybe a salad or something, and it's filling because it have all the lobster on the inside. So I don't waste anything. You see all those chunks of lobster? Look at that. You see the steam coming out? It's so hot. And I used white cheddar for mine, but you can actually use yellow cheddar too, which will give it a richer taste, but I like white cheddar. So it depends on, you can use whatever cheese you like. Whatever cheese you like, you can use that. So the cheese really doesn't matter. Now, this is so good. I'm gonna eat the whole thing. I really hope you guys try this recipe. It's really, really, really nice. And as I said, it's a nice Sunday evening, you know, seafood Sunday dinner. You could just make it really quick, you know. You see the steps. I'll put the recipe in the description and you'll be able to make this. So I hope that you guys enjoy this video. Please like, subscribe, share, and hit the bell so that you can see future videos. So I really had to share this with you guys. God bless. Bye.